Hi, everyone. So today, I'm actually not going to share a tip. I'm just going to talk a bit about the reason why I started sharing these tips on how to boost your immune system or how to improve your immune system. And one of the reasons was partially because of what's going on. So wanting to give people, just everyday tips that we sometimes don't think of how to boost our immune system or how to improve it. And, I'd had a comment from somebody indicating that, that's not why they're following me. And, as my training is, or my title is a certified nutritional practitioner. And my training is from a holistic standpoint. So I'm trained to look at food, I'm trained to look at the environment that people work and they live in. What is their emotional environment that they're in every day? I'm trained in how to utilize supplementation. So there's many things that I take into consideration when I'm working with clients. There's many things that I take into consideration as far as the tips that I'm sharing. I share, my personal struggles that I go through because that's part of a holistic life. Our emotional situation is very much connected to our health. I share how I eat, ways that I socialize, that I work out at the gym. And yes, I go by Menopause Navigator, and I do have 2 Instagram pages. I've got my public Facebook page. I've got my YouTube channel. So yes, I am the Menopause Navigator, and I do help women, through menopause, how to make menopause easier. And when I really started to think about this series that I'm doing and all of the tips that I've shared to this point, they're actually all very helpful for menopause as well too. When we think about reducing sugar, when we think about, ways to reduce our stress, reducing alcohol, our overall outlook on life, sleep, although I know sleep can be one of the things that is a major disruption when you go through menopause. Trust me, I've been there. But when I really started to think about it, I thought, these tips are they're good tips in general for life. And being healthier, being happier, being very aware of what our surroundings are. So going forward, I will not share the tips on my Menopause Navigator page on Instagram. I will share them on my Connie Pretula page on Instagram, and I will share them on my public Connie Pretula page on Facebook, which I see both as, sharing menopause tips, but sharing overall, health tips, food tips, just, things about life. When I think about myself, yes, I'm a nutritionist and I love nutrition, but there's more to life than just that as well too. There's the connections that we make. It's the things that we enjoy doing in life. And, I look at myself as a life observer. I observe what's going on around me, and I'm not shy to share anything about what I'm going through. And maybe Menopause Navigator isn't the right name to go by. I don't know. And yes, I haven't been as active on social media as what I'm now starting to be, because hey, March 23rd of last year, my life changed massively when my mom had her stroke. And the one thing that became, and I apologize for being emotional, but the one thing that became so important to me is the people that you spend time with and the way that you enjoy life. Just live in the moment. That's what's so important. And after my mom's stroke, it was moments like her having a great cup of coffee and enjoying it at that moment. And because the stroke affected her temporal lobe, she maybe, the next day didn't remember that she had that great cup of coffee. But when I would say to her, hey, you want to go for a great cup of coffee? She was so excited. So those are the things that are important, and those are the things that mean so much. And that's what's going to make our body healthy. So I'm trying to share tips for people to improve their immune system. You know what? I'm trying to figure out, exactly where I'm going right now with, the pages and the things that I do. I most certainly have learned so much about life. And as I say, the things that are important. So anyway, I guess that's my tip for today is, just live in the moment. And yeah, we're all in stressful times right now of what's going on. We don't know where things are going to go. We don't know how the economy is going to be affected. Gosh, I don't even know how I'm going to be affected as a self-employed nutritionist. Are people going to want, to pay for advice right now? Who knows? Everything's unknown. But you know what? Regardless of what's going on in this world, every day is unknown. And on March 23rd, that's exactly what was unknown for my mom. She didn't know when she had lunch that day and sat down in her recliner that a few minutes later that she was going to have a major stroke and how much her life would change from that point on. So anyway, have a great evening, everybody. And I will be back tomorrow with another tip that I will be sharing on Connie Pretula on Instagram and on Facebook, and of course on my YouTube channel. And I will refocus my Menopause Navigator page to focus on menopause alone. Thank you. Have a great evening.